Hello, I know my hair's a wreck right now. Right now, I don't care. The dog's probably gonna die from cancer because he has a big cancerous mass in in his lungs. And if they're trying to do surgery, the doctor said that they can almost guarantee that he'll die in the process. So we can't. So there's barely anything we can even do. I think that's because if we cut open his lungs, so that means that he cannot breathe. So do you know if you guys can just comment up in the chat for my dogs, for anybody else who's also lost their fur babies, like we call them. It's just sad. For the people that have, it's gonna be okay. Taking lots of pictures and maybe some other stuff, trying to remember them by. That's the best way. Try to remember them. Try to think of the happy times. It'll help you out. Say, try having a funeral if you haven't already. Try planting a flower, maybe even a tree. It'll help you recover from this. Don't let anybody else say, you need to get over this, like, now. Or, dude, just get over it. Ready? Just try and only listen to the people that try and comfort you, because everything's going to be okay. If you say had 2 dogs, it might also be even more depressing and sad, because their other dog might also get sad. But if that really happens, then it's best to try and get a support dog for your dog, and have that support dog also be able to support you. It'll help you out so much. No, I haven't gotten this, but it's scientific. But I've read about it. Just try and become as happy as possible. Don't try and bottle up your feelings. Don't try and don't try and wear a fake Try and wear a fake smile. Just show how you're feeling. If you don't, that's okay. Just don't try and bottle them up. If you need to, just try crying somewhere. Try and relieve yourself from this. Now, the reason I'm also crying is because, of course, this is an early stage. He hasn't even died yet, but he'll most likely die. So I'm still trying to get over it. If he does die, then we're probably gonna plant a flower. They're gonna give us his ashes. Since they're gonna cremate him. So, and just like that, we may be able to get over it and not feel sad. Well, at least, and that's not. If you stop feeling sad from somebody that passed away, it's not shameful. It's not bad. It's not that you should still be sad. You should still feel guilt if that. Not that, but it's okay to feel sad, and it's okay if you don't feel sad. That means that your healing process has finally ended. Since most of the time, say like me, since I'm only 9, it is tearing me apart. It's really super sad. I wish I could have been there for him. I wish I could have helped him in some way. I wish that he didn't hide it from us. That he had lung cancer. I wish he had shown the symptoms earlier. But still, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to just go into some sort of room and say or go into somewhere that nobody can hear you and just cry and just cry and cry until you feel better. It may even work. Just try and at least just stay, do practice practice, say, playing with toys, like this one, or say if you have another one, try playing with them a little bit more than you usually do. It might help them get over it if they. It might help them also get over it. Well, I mean, not get over it, since you shouldn't really. Well, you should get over it, but not really in that context. It'll help them heal. Try. And since sometimes you can't really explain what's happened, because they're not exactly the brightest creatures of all time, and they don't exactly understand human speech because that's not what they speak. They can only really understand body language and emotions that you show. So it's best just to try and make sure that they don't feel too sad, because then if both of you are sad, you might get even more sad from that and go to depressed state. You can even kill yourself because of that. Since there are people that are really attached to their fur babies and their pets. But right now it's not exact. Even though right now is the worst time for that to happen, because everybody's still locked up at home, and you can't really talk to anybody about this besides your own family. Like, my Nana was talking to me. Since she had many dogs die, the one that hit the hardest was the cat named Tana. Everybody loved her. She didn't exactly love everybody back, but everybody still loved her. Even their dog Lucy, she was attached to her. Tana, my grandparents' cat, and Lucy, my grandparents' dog, loved each other. They were the bestest of friends. And most of the time that doesn't even happen, because most of the time dogs and cats don't usually get along. But it's still possible. And even if you do decide to try and get another pet, it's not exactly the best thing for that. Because since you might want to first ask any of your local pet stores that have adopted ones, and try and ask them if they need, if there's, say, some sort of animal that's been there the longest that they might need help, or that they might need help taking care of. Because the only thing worse than a failed then the only thing worse than a failed adoption, or basically not being able to adopt them, is not loving them. Because if you start taking care of them and you go through with them, even after you destroyed stuff and all that, if you two get along after the trial period ends, you could adopt them fully and take them on as a full-time pet, since it will help you cope. You won't be as sad as much, since you'll have another fur baby. But it's still not the best thing ever. So you might not always have the supplies to do that. But if you do, I hope you can just try and keep your pet as healthy as possible. Try and, if you can, teach them to not hide anything from you. Like, most of the time, most pets try and hide what they've done when they think that they've done something bad. They most likely have. But try and teach your pet not to do. Try and see if if they own up to